Matt Murray in the news. Both Elliot Friedman, I see Bruce Garriock just put a story out, and the headline screams, Matt Murray could be crossing enemy lines in the Battle of Ontario. And Elliot Friedman put it out there on Sunday that talks have intensified between the Leafs and the Senators this weekend, that the Leafs are the clear front runners in a deal for Murray. We don't know exactly what's going the other way, however, and that's, I think, the concern that Sens fans have. What do you think about the idea of Murray going to the Leafs, Greg?
I don't care where he goes. You get out from under that contract. Now, obviously, they're not going to get out from under all of it. They're probably going to have to end up paying half of it. I would think half of it at max, probably at least 75% or at least 25%, if not 50%. So you get out from under that contract. That's good in my books. That's a win. The problem is what it's going to cost you. And as far as getting something back, I wouldn't be surprised if they get close to nothing back. So it really doesn't matter now. It's just get it out of here and get out from under it.
Well, when you look back at what the Buffalo deal was reported to be, and of course Matt Murray nixed the deal that the Sens had just prior to DeBrincat signing, but Matt Murray was said to be going to Buffalo, and they were going to swap first rounders. Buffalo's 16th overall pick would end up in Ottawa, and Buffalo would get the 7th overall. I thought that was heavy enough, but then there's also paying 25% of Matt Murray's salary at the same time. That would not have gone over well with Sens fans. But what's changed? Is Toronto going to be any easier to deal with, particularly now that the Buffalo report is out there? I wonder if the Leafs are going to be asking for the same kind of package in return. What do you think?
Yeah, you would think so. And the Leafs, having traded off two bad contracts, I mean, in the past, both times, it cost them a first-round pick. Like, they just got rid of Peter Mrazek. It cost them a first-round pick to do it. They got rid of Patrick Marleau a few years back, and it cost them a first-round pick then, too. It seems to be that that's the starting point. We're going to dump a contract, and we're going to have to give up a first-rounder to do it. The problem is that 2023 is a much better draft than 2022. That's the nice thing about the DeBrincat deal was the Sens didn't give up anything from next year's draft. That throw-in pick was a 2024 pick. So here you're probably looking at the Leafs starting with, we want the 2023 first-round pick, and we'll take Matt Murray off your hands.
Oof, I'm not doing that. Are you doing that?
Well, it's hard to say, right? Like, you'd almost want to see 6 months worth of Forsberg and Gustafsson first, but you don't get that luxury, right? You've got a goaltender here who injury prone, up and down. Some performances were good. When he was on, he was really good, but when he was not good, he was bad. But he's still only 28 years old. He's got some playoff success in his resume. Like, he could be something that the Leafs, could take there and do well with him. But then again, is it going to help you to keep him here? I think that the relationship is probably broken now. It was tenuous at best. Now it's probably really bad. So he's probably got to go. You've got to find a way. And the buyout is probably way too expensive or not something they want to do. So if you're thinking you're okay with a buyout, all right. What if you don't have to do the full buyout. You only have to do half of it with a trade. No, I don't know. To get back to your original question, do I want to give up a first rounder to get rid of Matt Murray? Not really. But I think if that's what it takes, then maybe you got to do it. Bite the bullet.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see that happening in a million years. I mean, the Buffalo deal was just a swapping of first rounders, like worsening your first rounder by 9 picks. Actually giving up a first rounder would be a non-starter for me. And I'm not giving anything. Like, he keeps talking about the sweetener. Yeah, sweeten the deal and stuff. Like, so Murray has 2 years left in his contract. He's making $6 million. So it sounds like the Sens are being asked to take on some of the contract and sweeten the deal as well. So that makes 0 sense to me. Okay, so I'll take on a little bit of the contract. You can talk me into that, but if this is the Toronto Maple Leafs, their window to win is right now. So if the Leafs want to entertain the idea of bringing in Matt Murray, it's because they think he's an asset. So, I mean, again, I'll help you pay for his deal, but I'm not giving you anything. It's a non-starter for me. I'm just not going to do it. So Matt Murray Matt Murray's had some bad games. He's also had a few good ones. And of course, he's been injured more than both of those other angles. So I think the Leafs It's like a poker game, right? You know, what are the Leafs willing to do here exactly? I think the Leafs are hot and heavy after this guy because Kyle Dubas and Sheldon Keefe were together in the Sioux, and they had this player playing for the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds back in the day. I think the Leafs want Matt Murray more than people think. I don't think you have to give up jack squat for him. Do you think Matt Murray can ever return to form, whether it's in Toronto or somewhere else?
I think so. I think it's just a matter of health. I really don't think it's so much his play as it's his health. There were times when he played where he looked small and he was deep in his net, and those things can be fixed. And there were stretches where they were fixed. So there's a part of me that thinks he's found the answer as far as his play is concerned. It's just a matter of his health. And I think you've almost got the Leafs in a over a barrel because they missed out on Fleury, they missed out on Husso. Are they in on Kemper? I think Kemper. The talk is Kemper's going. It's Washington. I think Kemper might be going to Washington. So then there's not a lot left for the Leafs. So maybe if you talked about playing a little poker there. If you're going to play a little poker, you wait, get through part of the free agency here, the first couple days of free agency. If the Leafs don't find something, then you circle back around again, right? You say, okay, now what do you think? You've had a couple days to go out there and try to find something else. You haven't had much luck, and maybe the offer changes a little from the Leafs.